Hello, how are you doing? And I trust you are doing good. You are welcome to my zone. You're welcome to my world. Somebody will say world of motivation. Others will say world of inspiration. Others will equally say is the world of wahala because what I put them through. My name is Chelsy Sey and you are so much welcome. So finally, the Chelsy Sey Show is on with moi. And so this is the only show that seeks to actually dig deep into some issues, find the appropriate personalities to help us tackle these issues that are facing us in our environment or in our metropolis and beyond. And equally, it is the only show that also seeks to unravel discoveries. The Chelsy Sey Show is on. So since it's the maiden edition of the show, I decided to cast my mind to the movie industry here in the Western region. A lot of movies are being shot here, right here in the Western region. But how far do they reach? Do we even have a movie industry? Do we have a united front for them? I invited the PRO for the Westwood production. His name is Chelsy Sey Show, and talking about the Westwood production, they are coming up with this award for our movie industry here within the Western region. It's coming in the month of December, and I think you have to watch out for that. It's gonna be something spectacular to help boost our movie industry. To help us delve deep into this topic, I have invited the Deputy PRO for the Westwood production, and of course they have an award coming up pretty shortly. His name is Titus Ejiriku. Hi Titus.
Yeah, hi Titus.
How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. I hope you're enjoying your day so far.
Yeah.
Titus, do we have a movie industry in the Western region?
Initially, we are not. We are trying to build one. Because looking at our industry here in the Western region, most of the filmmakers are not united. So we just want to come up with this Westwood Movie Awards so that we can just come up with an industry and also to train our people. Because looking at the content that comes out from the Western region, we have a long way to go and we need to work on it.
Okay, so we have Kumawood and we have Gollywood. Do we have anything like Westwood, or Westwood is just a production company?
Westwood is a production that we want to turn into an industry. Because if we want to make it an industry, then we need to set up some scheme for the filmmakers here to follow, and also set as a competition stand for those filmmakers that are coming out. So that is basically what the Westwood is all about.
Okay. Now looking at the film industry here, like you said that you were trying to come up with one, what's been some of the challenges?
When we talk of challenges, we have a lot in terms of production, right to the crewing. It's involving. Most of the productions here are basically within a terrain, and they act with the resources that they have in terms of the people they have, and then some come up with even cheap production because they feel they know a cameraman who has some camcorder. They just speak to the person and they are like, oh please, this is what I want to do, just help me do a production. And after doing the production, they forget that you need to market it, you need to make publicities on it. But how are you going to take charge of it?
Okay.
You understand? So this is the biggest challenge for the filmmakers here in the Western region.
That's the reason why we're not breaking through.
Obviously, because it's going to be difficult. If you don't budget for publicity, how can you break through? Because making adverts for your content is what's going to project your movies. But just shoot the movie and then just want to sell it within a particular area, we can't get anywhere.
Okay. Now, let's move straight to talk about the actors and then actresses here in Sekende Takad or here in the Western region. I don't know how you go about picking them, but how do they come about?
I think this is a good question though. But then you see, most of the
what are some of the criteria in choosing an actor or an actress to act in?
Our mode of selecting the actors is a bit weird. You understand? Because looking at the professionals, when they are going for productions, that is where they call for auditions. And then when the person comes for an audition, the person's audition based on the story they are going to shoot. But here, they call for audition just to build up a production house.
Okay.
So they feel like I call for an audition, I get people in my production company and I groom them. After grooming them, production becomes a problem.
Okay.
Unlike the other people who call for production and auditions when they are ready to shoot with a script. So going for an audition, you are going to be auditioned based on a particular role you have to play in a script. But here in the Western region, it's different. That is what is happening. That is what is going against the actors and the actors here in the region.
Okay, but in the nutshell, do you think that we have actors here who can rival those in the bigger industries?
We have good and great actors here. They just only need coaching. Coaching is what they need. You understand? Because you see, our industry here is sick, and then we need doctors, professionals to wake them up. You understand? Because most of the directors here are not even trained, and they don't even know about what they are doing. So what they just know is about me just knowing some 1 or 2 terms in filmmaking, and I call myself a director. In terms
Looking
of
at camera and then just
no. So the director is sick, and the actors too are sick. So who is coaching who?
Okay.
That's where we are having the issues with. So it becomes very difficult when it comes to productions, and that is what is really affecting our industry here.
Now let's fast forward to talking about the award scheme itself, as in the Westwood Award. What does the award seek to do?
You see, we believe in competition, and then we know if there's competition, people will produce good content. So we want to use this award scheme as a bit of competition for the filmmakers here in the Western region to also come up with good content. At least if someone is rewarded for the good works he or she has produced, it will be a challenge for those who are coming up. At least even though you wouldn't have that huge money to produce a very high budget movie, but at least with a little you have, you make sure you come up with something good and professional, and then that will be a stepping stone for our industry. At least it can also project us to the next level.
Okay, so you opened for nominations.
Yeah.
How many entries did you get this year?
We had 152 entries.
Wow.
Yeah.
Second edition.
Yeah.
As compared to the first edition, how has it been like?
For the first edition, there was very low publicity on the awards, and it was basically in a rush. So with some few months, they had to open nominations, close nominations within a week, and then start with the awards. But this year's own, we have given them ample time to enter their entries, and also make sure the jury can take time and censor the movies we want to send for the awards, and give us the best. We just don't want anything for the awards. We want good content, because we have other people who are also looking up to the region, and then we don't want just to do anything just in the name of awarding people. So that is why this year I've seen a massive attendance and entry.
Aside the awards, what are some of the other ways in which we can use to project our movie industry within the region?
Yeah, you see, Westwood on its own is coming up with a lot of things. You understand? We are trying to bring the directors together, and then we also want to bring the actors together by the help of the guilds we have. That is the Ghana Actors Guild and then the Film Directors Guild of Ghana, the Western Region branch. And what we want to do is to collaborate with them, so that if anybody is coming up with a production and wants the best, we can link them to these professional directors so that they can work with them. And we are also trying to come up with some logistics hub where we can have cameras and then trained personnel who can assist these production houses that are coming up. So Westwood is not just meant for the awards, but then we are trying to come up with an industry which will help filmmakers here in the Western region in terms of logistics and then the resources.
That was a beautiful discussion by all standards, and I hope you heard everything that Titus had to say. We have a lot of movies being shot here. This year, the Westwood production had a whole lot of entries, and I was just blown away when I got to know of the number. You need to watch out for movies being produced here in the Western region. Our next segment is the Star Zone. This is the only platform that I get to ask different questions based on, how people are doing. I get to put some personalities on that hot seat, ask them various sort of questions. I even get to dare them a little bit. The star of the week, he defines controversy. Throw anything but at him and he will chest it right there. I think we should check him out. He's already a personality. That's all I can say for now. A nominee for RTP Award Western Region.
Yoofi Eyeson is an outgoing person, fun to be with, likes everyone. So if someone comes out to say I don't like Yoofi Eyeson, it means the person is a witch or a wizard. I just have an SSC certificate. That's all. I just go for what I want. I don't give up easily. If I say this is what I want, I'm out for it. And you see, I'll say I'm versatile when it comes to entertainment. I'm entertainment itself. So I think that has brought me this far. As I said, I'm an entertainer. I want to put smiles on people's face. Actually, I started from music to dancing. From dancing, did a little bit of acting. Then I got here. So I should tell you, I always want to be out there to entertain people. Actually, I was trained by one B.B. Manson, the man in black of Radio Gold. After my training, I moved down to Takoradi because my dad was here. And my first radio station was Help FM. I don't know if it's still working, but I worked with Help FM. That was when Bob Gardner, that is Bob G, was managing Help FM. I walked to him one day and I was like, I want to produce your local shutdown show. I was like, have you done some before? I was like, oh yeah, I could do it. So he introduced me to the host of the show. Then he was called Saint Odo Ishmael Fatai. We had a long chat. He realized I had interest in it, so we started. I was then I was producing when I was at Help FM. So it got to a time people started leaving, and we who were at the background got the chance to be on radio. So Razak Kofi, DJ Amoko, gave me my first try on radio. I was to present the entertainment news. So I started as an entertainment news presenter, then moved on to the morning show anchor. Then they were picking City Breakfast Show. So I was anchoring the City Breakfast Show. I met one guy during my journey called Omahene, Prince Dazi. He was then hosting the Kiss FM Drive. So we had a lengthy chat till we realized I had something in me. It was like, Boga, my about case open. I was like, cool, mepe. So he introduced me to Kwame Ban, that is the CEO of Kiss FM. Then I joined Kiss FM. That was 2011. I worked with Kiss FM for like 2 years. Then this same Omahene moved on to Agbo FM, now Star FM. Moved on to Agbo FM. He was like, I can bring you on board. So along the line, I joined him there in Accra. I worked with Agbo FM for like 8 months. Things were not going well. Because I had left a mark at Kiss FM, Kwame Ban one evening called me. I was like, Jack, I want you back. So I was like, okay, things are not going well for me, so I have to come back. Then I came back to Kiss FM. I worked with them for like a year. Then came West Gold Radio, which the manager of that station happens to be a very good friend, Nana Kwame, the master planner. So he also was like, Charlie, radio, West Gold entertainment too, and you are definitely the definition of entertainment. We like to work with you. I was like, cool. So I joined West Gold Radio. Along the line, they said they didn't like my music play because I was too much into the current system, and they wanted me to do more of the high life, like the oldies, which wasn't my thing. So we had issues, and I was fired. So I stayed home for like 3 months. Then Radio Max was about to host their old schools reunion. So I met Kojo Amwako and Zoli, now my general manager. It was like, Jack, I would like you to come and be the MC for that program. Do you work with any station? I said no. So I went to host the event for them. After all, I spoke to her. I was like, boss, me Juma. She was like, okay, we'll create a belt for you for the after drive. So he actually created a belt for me for the after drive on Spice FM. I played for a month, and the host of Beach Drive also had issues with management. So they were like, okay, go and sit in for a while. I sat in and I delivered so well. So they were like, look, we are keeping you here. So they kept me on the drive. I hosted on the drive on Beach for like 9 months. They were like, no, we have to graduate you. So they brought me to Spice. Then I hosted the drive on Spice too for like, let's say, close to a year. They were like, okay, we want to have a change of program, so they brought me on the mid-morning. now I'm hosting them with Morning on Spice. I love meat. As I say, meat are for men, bones are for dogs. I'm a man. I'm an African man. Yes, the Western world love it like the bony way. I'm an African man. You can see from my beard. So, I think I enjoy meat. You have a thick woman with you. You can touch everywhere. You feel whatever you are doing. Yes, so that is what makes me love thick women. But not the polytang size of women, no. I mean the plump, those with flesh. Missing son, pa. I'm not his missing son. I'm his nephew. Yes, he comes after my mother. One father, one mother. So I grew up staying with him. Through my educational days, I was staying with him. Before he traveled out, when he came back, I went back to stay with him. So I'll say his master brought me up. Yes, he brought me up, and I'm not his missing son. Hey. Hey. And I say Jomo Kenyatta. How many alphabets do we have? $21. The sitting president, something Kenya, whatever. Chelsy Sey alive, I promise on my honor to be faithful and loyal to Ghana, my motherland. I pledge myself to the service of Ghana with all my strength and with all my heart. I promise to hold in high esteem our heritage won for us through the blood and toil of our fathers. And I pledge myself in all things to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana. So help me God. Never give up. You should know, never give up. You should know Rome was not built in a day. Even the way Jesus Christ was killed should tell you life is not easy. Money. Thick women. If I go out and I don't see thick women around, I'm not happy. It's not as if I love them, but I like them. I'm very simple, but very expensive.
You take pounds before you can.
I don't take pounds. Yeah, bet you me too. I take cedis.
The movie actually tells a story of a 13-year-old girl who was actually rushed into early marriage. It's an interesting story, and it was shot right here in the Western region by an amazing guy. His name is Jumic Anderson, and he is the director of Green Yard Entertainment. I think you should check it out. You would like.
And since that time,
say pew and pew and power ejamenu.
my mother does not like me again.
Hey, Segwa.
They all want me to run.
Won't go for Segwa and Fanny Bessie. At the Mamaican. No! Segwa.
And so I am running.
Also, soon we've come to the end of the maiden edition of the Chelsy Sey Show. I would like to say thank you to Titus, thank you to Yoofi, and shout out to Jumic for producing that classic narrative. My name is Chelsy Sey. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the show. Catch us next week because we've got something more in store for you. It's the Chelsy Sey Show. It's a one-on-one affair. Thank you. Mwah.